What's up, everybody? It's the Spiritual Life Passing Through Pat, and I am back at you with another video today. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about the purification part of this walk. A lot of people don't realize there's stuff you got to do, okay? A lot of us feel like we can hold on to all of our vices that we have, and it's going to be 100 with the Most High. And you can hold on to your vices. That doesn't necessarily mean, as I told you all before in other videos, that you have a straight shot in a seat with him. There's some things you got to give up. You got to give up a carnal way of thinking and a carnal way of living. Okay? And a lot of us have not yet got rid of a lot of our small tendencies that we used to have. Like some of us haven't gotten rid of talking about people, gossiping about people. Some of us have not gotten to the point where we can't get past our hot-headedness. You know what I'm saying? Judging situations. We can't even seem to be able to entertain another person's point of view without blowing up and writing a mile long paragraph of what you feel another person should have an opinion about something about. Everybody is open to their own opinions. You understand what I'm saying? But when it comes down to this walk, a lot of people do not understand that there's a lot of self-evaluation that has to go on with this walk. Is you learn about the Most High, yes, and He wants you to worship the Father, yes, not Him. He wants you, not His Son. He wants you to worship the Most High. Okay, the Father, Heavenly Father. He wants you to worship Him. He don't want you to worship Him as His Son. But a lot of us get caught up in the worship thing. A lot of us get caught up in the books and things like that. But we forget that there is a relationship that is happening here that you don't either some people get it and some people don't. You understand? It's this relationship of understanding the Most High on a one-on-one basis as you are, as the person that you are, not censoring yourself and saying, oh Lord, please, I need you to do that. No, we're not talking about that. We talking about you being the person that you are, that He knows that you are, and He sees without you realizing that you're being watched 24 hours a day. Okay, you really are, and he's writing down everything that you're doing. There's angels writing down everything that you're doing, so He knows who your true personality is, and when it's actually there and you can see it. Okay, that's the reason why I'm the way I am on here. I'm trying to tone down my language because at times I that's just me. I come from a family that does a lot of cursing. Okay, we don't curse out each other, but we curse in the midst of conversation. That's how you know we comfortable around you. If I don't say a curse word, I'm not comfortable. You understand? But that's just me, and He knows that's me. If I come any other way, you understand what I'm saying? It's somebody that I'm fronting for. Okay, and when it comes down to Most High, I don't do that because He knows how I am and how I have been and the person I've been in my past. Okay, and I'm telling you that through my walk that I have seen and through me reading these books and things like that, especially the book called the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ. Okay, regardless to what people want to title their books as their books, but I'm there to get the meat, okay, and spit out the bones, as Big Judah says. I read that book and I was able to see a lot of different things. When Moses was here on this earth, he went to every religion there was on this planet. And as any manager or anybody that is going to be someone that is going to be in charge of all of these things, a king would do, there's training that you would have to go through. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's just like being a manager. It's training you got to go through and understanding different people. When you get on a job and you're a new manager, the first thing you do is you find out how much the people you around you know, so you'll be able to introduce them to different policies and different situations that may have incentives involved and things like that. And all Mozart did was the same thing a manager would do, is go and find out exactly where the people are at and where the head honchos of these faiths are, and congregate with them, get to know them, get to understand their philosophies, and then on their philosophies, to a certain degree, not change anything, but correct them and let them see their error. Do you understand? It was beautiful reading these types of situations in the Aquarian um, Gospel of Jesus Christ, as well as inside of the I think it's called um, the Scenes Gospel of Peace. It really did talk about the different things that he had to go through. But there was, I'm sorry, I'm going to put that up here. You all have seen this book before. Big Judah has let everybody see this book before. But it's a beautiful book, beautiful teachings inside of it. Amazing. And from what I saw out of his journey that he had going around the planet and into every religion that was, and then coming all the way back to Egypt and going through the initiation process there. Many of you all are going through your initiation processes just like I was going through mine too, okay? Because there's women in this too. And because and that was on my heart to do, okay? Men got 40 days, women got 22 days. You understand? I went through that and also talked and communed with all of the different angels. Now, when it came down to the Moses initiation inside of Egypt, I loved how they did this. I really did. I mean, they put every temptation possible in front of him, and he was like, "Let's go, let's do this. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get busy because I got a lot of work to do for my father. Let's get it on." They put him through all of these different scenarios, and these were the big guys. These are the head honchos in the, in the initiation area that bring out the new sages for the ages. And if you were gonna be a sage and you couldn't pass these tests, you weren't gonna be a sage. Okay, back then, these types of things have been stopped in our society, and eventually the priest of Mahan took over everything, and everything just went, Gucci, Prada, red bottoms, and walking back and forth, saying a whole bunch of nothing and not helping nobody with anything, find their way anywhere near heaven, okay? But a dog could help you find your way to heaven quicker than cuff your dollar and big old big booty jakes. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I'm concerned, when it comes down to it, everything that Mozart went through, all his initiations, that everything from greed to justice to, them coming in and saying, "Look, dude, these priests up in here, man, they on some BS, man. You know what? I know some people who really about that life as far as, what I'm saying, this religious thing is concerned, and you can come kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? We'll make you king over everything. How you think? What you think about that?" I mean, they tested him hard. He had some parts in it. I was like, wow, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? They came at him in different ways. They put all the best of the best situations in his face. Put him in rooms where these are the movers and shakers and stuff, and gave him scenarios where the movers and shakers treated people less than a certain type of way, and they saw how he was gonna react. What was his move gonna be? And he passed all of those different tests. And then at the end, they put the temptation of all temptation, a beautiful chick that's talented, and she just had this way of an air about her, and he was stuck. He was going. Our boy was going on there. I was like, wow, this is too much. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I liked it is because it was real. It was not something that, they tried to blow uh the Most High, or Moses as a person that, he was just beyond temptation. He was beyond looking at a woman in a certain type of way. They didn't do him like that. They actually, in this particular literature, they let you see him as a regular human being, and that he had to pass that test, and he let the young lady down very nice, very, very, very suave, sweet, you know what I'm saying, and everything else, and let her know, "I'm about my father's thing." He was like, "But if this was not that type of situation, honey, I would definitely fall into you with no problem, but I got this to do, and I can't be bothered with carnal love when I got this kind of job going on right here. I was I was impressed. I was impressed. I'm impressed with a lot of these books that I read because I do understand that type of situation where you could see yourself being married with somebody and falling into somebody, but your life is saying, I got these kids over here I need to take care of. And as much as I would want to run away with a beautiful man that I met in Paris or someplace like that, I can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's been one. You know what I mean? Because you got a prior situation going on. And I love those about these books. And there are others that talked about the initiations and the different initiations of purification that you might want to get yourself together. And this is the reason why I came up with those therapeutic type videos. And the reason why I did that is because I went through that during my little walk of purification. You understand? I had to face some real messed up demons in myself. Okay? That had to come. I had to literally sit and have a conversation with all the angels that they want you to have a conversation with. Hold on while I put on my specs. I'm getting old, y'all, and I do need them from time to time to read. But there were certain angels that you needed to sit down and have a conversation with. There was the angel of earth. Okay, I'm sorry. There was the angel of earth. There was the angel of joy. There's the angel of love. There was the angel of let's see, joy, love, eternity. You understand? It's certain all of these different angels, and it's 7 of them that you needed to sit down and talk to. The angel of work, you know, I had an angel of power. All of these angels, I did have some issues with. I had a sit down with the angel of power because I felt like my whole life I've never had no power over nothing. You know, barely my ability to live, to walk around in this life. Everything has been, this is what you gotta do. This is what you have to do. You understand? Nothing was ever something that I could control, waking up and not losing my mind and going out here doing something stupid. But the bigger schemes of my life, how much money I could make, how I could do this, how I could do that, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that you really don't have a lot of control out of. That's why, you know, when kids say, I can't wait till I get grown, then you get grown and you find out, I can't really do much at all grown either. You need this and this and that to do what you want to do. And if you ain't got that, then you still underneath constraints and you don't have the power to do certain things. And I had to realize the kind of power in which that angel was talking about, and the reason why Father really don't give it to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I didn't have it either. But I had to have that conversation with the Most High to be able to understand that particular angel. I had to have that conversation with that angel to understand why I didn't have that kind of power. You understand? Because in order to wield that kind of power, that's like the same kind of power that comes from the sun. The sun is bright, but there is a power that's behind that is controlling how much to put on us as little humans on this planet and how much not to. How much to make things grow and be okay and how much not to. Because if you put too much heat from the sun on plants on a planet, it'll burn up. So there's a lot of balancing going on with power, of knowing how to apply it and how not to. I can't say that I would be smart enough to wield that kind of power. So I'm glad that there is an angel that is wielding that kind of power, but also made me understand why, to a certain degree, my life wasn't the way I wanted it to be, and all those types of things. And as well as dealing with the fact that you were underneath the curses, so you could not move. Because I used to say, that would do things that if I do this, there's a surefire way that this is going to make it and do this and this and that and take off and do this and this and that. And every time when it came down to myself, I could do it for everybody else, or Gentiles, but when it came down to myself, it was like, nope. But I didn't understand it. I'm like, this works like a charm for everybody. Why is it not working like that for me? And it was like, no. I wasn't supposed to be a part of their world, because if I was a part of their world, the Most High would have been able to get me and me be right here, right now. You understand? So I had to understand the angel of power and how it was working in my life. Then I had to go and talk with the angel of love. Me, I told y'all, me and the angel of love had a whole entire just, it was a cuss you out. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It was one of those, I ain't never, da 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 da, from pops all the way down to da 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 da. Never once have I experienced this love in the right way from dot 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 dot. Oh, it was a showdown of all showdowns. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I could tell you when all the angels were standing waiting on their turn, love was giving me the eye like, I know me and you gonna have some words. It's gonna be a hell of a sit down between me and this one, okay? But in the end of all of it, he let me know I tried many times through all of those little drama moments that you was having, honey. I came and visited you personally. If I can take you back to the beach on Miami in 2000 and dot 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 dot. And I said, whoa, he actually came and visited me because he did. And how I know he did is that it was something in one of these books. It's like a little statement in one of the books. And it was the exact same statement that was said to me on the beach in Miami. I was like, by a perfect stranger walked up to me and he said the exact same thing that the angel of love opened up its mouth and said in this particular book. I was floored. I was like, wait a minute. I had a visitation from an angel. I didn't even know it. Total stranger walked up to me saying some things and let me know, because at the time I had went to Miami, I had the worst heartbreak of my entire life. I was pretty much penniless. Oh, I got ganked hard, honey. Okay, we talking about way to break this. I was broke down. I was broke down in such a messed up way it wasn't even funny. I had 50 cents to my name, and somehow I ended up with friends or whatever wanted me to go to Miami and to lift up my spirits. I went to Miami, sat on the beach, and a strange man walked up to me. I thought he was a drunk, and he sat up there and said to me, "Do you believe in God?" And I said, "Of course I believe in God." And he said, "How you gonna believe in something that you have never seen before? Somebody you've never seen before?" And I automatically took attitude towards it. And I started to talk, and he was like, "No need to explain anything. I'm gonna make this real short for you." And he gave me a scenario, and I don't want to get into it on here, but he gave me a scenario. And basically, the whole conversation that he summed up to me was, don't ever make a man a God in your life. Don't do that again, because next time you won't get out of it so easy. And I'm like, I didn't get out of this easy at all. I got out of this penniless. He's like, exactly. You might not make it out at all. You ain't got out of it with your life. You understand? And it was one of those things that me and the angel of love had a lot to talk about. We had a lot to talk about in regards to relationships, parent issues, dad issues for me. You understand? Because I had to go there in some dark places in myself and literally vomit up and vomit out the upsetment and anger I had towards that man. And the anger I had towards him for leaving my mom and not raising us. And the way this woman had to run with us through life and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? And I am a specific example of a chick that should have been a daddy's girl. Because if I'm totally partial to guys when it comes down to certain things. But I am definitely a daddy's girl. But I was never allowed to be a daddy's girl. You understand? I ended up being thrown into a position as the oldest that I was a protector of the family. I'm the one sitting next to my mother figuring things out and stuff like that. So my pops wasn't there at all. And he never cared to be around us at all. You know what I'm saying? And then the crazy part is that when I did see him as an adult, I look like my father, okay? Out of both my mama's children, I look more like my dad. I have this man's eyes right in here. This dude actually tried to talk to me. He had no idea I was his daughter. That was it for me. I went off so hard on that man, I didn't know what to do. I let him go run his game and then completely cracked his face. But it was one of those things that I could not understand the anger in which I held inside of myself, and I didn't realize it was there. Because I'm like, he ain't never really been there 3 years old. Him and my mother divorced. I've been good. I've got uncles who taught me many things. I did not lose, you know, I didn't have that emptiness that a lot of kids have, but there was an emptiness there that I didn't realize that was there. There was this competition I had with men for no reason at all because of the fact my pops wasn't there. You understand? He wanted boys. So what was so wrong with me being a girl? So I felt like I needed to be just as good as the boys to be somewhat accepted in my own little strange mind by the world of men. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of us women get like that. So when I was talking to the angel of love, oh man, oh wow, that was a drag out fight. And at the end of it, that angel let me see myself, but he also let me voice how I felt. You understand? I'm like, in this world, everything is so geared to men, and I'm like, I don't see nothing about them. I can run circles around these boys and come back and say what you gonna do and double back, dribble back like through the legs and everything. Shoot, shoot, what you got, boy? What you got? That's what I was doing. And he was like, why? Because the first person that you met rejected you. That's why. And you need to let that go. You need to let that go right now. And I've got plenty of male friends. Trust me, I got more male friends than I got female friends. But I didn't realize that was what I was holding in my heart, and I had to let that go. And ever since I've let that go, I've been more at peace with myself. You understand? This purification part is not what you think it is. It's you becoming a likeness of the Most High and walking the way He walked. You understand? In this walk, you have to be able to see the ugly shadow side of yourself. That's the reason why I'm doing shadow work with people, because I had to do a lot of shadow work. I cried at least 3 days behind the angel of love. You understand? I really had to sit down and verbalize every part of upsetment as far as love was concerned. The same thing with my mom. I had a couple of mom issues because I am a child. That was different. I was a child that listened to everything that she wanted me to do, did everything she wanted me to do, and I could not make that woman smile to save my damn life. I went and got 10,000 degrees after every ceremony, handed it to her, and her face still looked the same. Just so I was like, what else do you want from me? And at some point, I had to say, you know what? There's no such thing as pleasing this woman and go off on my own. And that's what I did. And I was the one that stayed away. And when she got sick, the one that she catered to, which is my younger sister, left her high and dry. And I was the one that she thought, who would have known? And she said this to me, who would have known you would have been the one to take care of me? I always want to take care of my mom. My mama just didn't look at me as a valuable player, because she was looking at me as a child to do what I say, make a move. She used to tell me, don't think, just do. And that's how I used to move. She was a true boom, 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 boom type woman. You understand? You do this, you do that. Don't question me. I need it done exactly this way. And if you don't do it this way, I'm going to fuck you up. That's how my life was as a kid. And believe it or not, I was that kid that did everything right. I kept good grades. She did not have to worry about me at all. She knew that I was going to handle certain things a certain type of way. My sister, on the other hand, that's a whole nother story. But she was a certain type of way with me. And very much so judgmental towards how I did things. I was more of a free spirit type child. I was her most spiritual child. And she was okay with that to a certain extent. But she also knew there was things going on with me spiritually that she could not answer. So many times it would be one of those things that she was okay with me being a spiritual person, but she was a church person. And there was things that we couldn't talk about. There was things that I couldn't jive with her with. And then sometimes we would be able to jive just fine. Sometimes she'd be cool with it, but she was very much so a very learned person when it came down to scripture. She could quote it off the top of her head and all of that kind of stuff. I wasn't into all of that. I was a complete opposite. But those were issues that were wrong, that were happening with me. And I needed to talk with every last one of those particular angels to address certain things so I could vomit up those things that were making me more further away from the Most High. And you know those things that make you further away from the Most High. Those are the things that you know that He wouldn't be down with. You know that. You know what I'm saying? If you sleeping with somebody you ain't married to, you know He ain't down with that. He about that marriage thing. You know what I'm saying? If you know that you out here, messing around with certain narcotics and stuff like that, you know He ain't down with that because he needs you to be here completely, solid, awake, alert. Not, yeah, what's up, what you need? No, he needs people who are here, okay? If you can't show up that way to work, why would you show up that way to work for the Most High? Come on now. You understand? And He's very much so wants you to be yourself with Him, but not to the point where you disrespecting who He is. So I got it and I understood it. You understand? So the purification part about us going through this walk is a real thing. That you're going to have to vomit up some of them ugly ways about yourself. You're going to have to change some stuff, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if you want to work with Him. There's some people who really want to, I want to be there. I want to be there for the fight. I want to put on the armor. I want to be out there with my sword doing or whatever. But, are you going to hire a hype to work at a bank job? No. Because what is the hype going to do? He going to steal the money and go get high. He got to change his ways to be able to do the job. I'm just saying. When it comes down to that kind of stuff, you guys, this walk and the purification part of it is a real thing. And that's the reason why I said I'm doing these therapeutic things, because these are things I had to do for myself. I had to go visit the girl who got messed up in a situation of rape and bring her out of them rooms. Okay? Because we leave parts of ourselves in messed up situations. There may be women who have gone through being an abused woman and left that abused woman in a room somewhere, and I got to bring her out of there. Because if I don't bring her out of there, she never going to heal. You understand? So the purification part, the woo-woo and all of that stuff, we got to get ourselves together. We really got to get ourselves together for this walk. And a lot of us are walking in it, but we don't feel like we got to do something. We got to give up some things. You got to get, what do they call it? You got to get some. You got to give some to get some. Okay? And that's the same situation here. You got to give up that carnal way and that low level self part of yourself up. And you got to step up. Because He's not coming down to that. He's not dealing with that. Okay? If you got certain levels of what you're gonna accept in relationships, what makes you think the Most High ain't got certain levels he wants to accept in a relationship with you? He walking with you, but he gonna tell you, I'm not, like He told me, I am not finna moving you with all the cigarettes and Newports going on. Because he said it just to me this clear, and this may let some people go from the cigarettes. He told me this clear, just like this. He said, it won't be you that if you go back and light back up and go back to smoking cigarettes, that's going to evict me. I'm going to evict your ass. And I was like, what you mean? Oh, I'm going to evict you. I'm going to take your life with cancer. I'm going to let these demons have their way with you. Because that's what they waiting on. They here to assassinate you. So I'm here as your last result. I told you I'm going to go ahead and move in with you, and we going to chill. And I'm bringing Pops with me, and he can't be in here with that. So we going to clean that up. But if you go back to it, I'm going to evict you. It's not going to be me you evicting. It's going to be you that you evicting, because I'm going to let these demons have their way with you, and trust and believe they've been waiting on your ass. I'm the only thing stopping this from happening. I got the message. I got it. That's the reason why them cigarettes ain't been picked up and ain't gonna be picked up at all again. I don't want him to evict me, okay? I know what it feels like to be left out here by a dad. I don't need that father of all fathers to leave me out here. No. Okay? So that's it for today. Just thought I'd drop in and give you a little message. And then I'm going to go back to work. But I felt like I needed to say that to some people. Because I really don't want you all to get mixed up in how this all situation works. There is a walk you have to walk. And it is a real walk. And you have to give some to get some, baby. Okay? I'll see y'all next time. Bye.